GM just killed the industry with this new $8,000 truck. We all know how much prices are fluctuating, but this is more than a shocker. New and affordable models are coming out recently, but this just took things a bit further, and you must be thinking, will this be a good truck? The short answer is yes, but there's more to this truck than just affordability, and the reality is that whatever the outcome, it is all good for us. Because this means companies are being more competitive in the cheaper segments too. And we've already thought about that question, and what we found is truly surprising. The strategy, the impact, and the performance of this truck are very different from the usual. But first things first, why? In the realm of pickup trucks, giants like Ford, Ram, and Chevrolet have reigned supreme for ages. They've churned out an array of trucks tailored to every need, whether you're hauling heavy loads or cruising in comfort. But the price tags on these bad boys have raised more than a few eyebrows, leaving many would-be buyers feeling a pinch in the pocket. And we all know that recently, the cost of everything has hit new levels. You hear $8,000 for a truck, and you can't help but raise an eyebrow. So naturally, we dug deeper. Why would they do such a thing? But think about the recent inflation, and what goes up must come down. But it's not just vehicles, it's the whole shebang. And guess what? The tide's turning, my friend, but don't take our word for it. Now, here is what Mary Barra comes in with, her brilliant move to target that sweet $8,000 price point. Talk about a game changer. She's got her sights set on the masses. If you're someone who wants a solid, dependable truck without breaking the bank, GM is making this truck for you. And it's got the competition scrambling, reassessing their game plans to keep up with this new era of affordability. But we know what you're thinking. How good will this thing be? Well, let's talk about it. Performance. Barra's made it crystal clear. This truck ain't cutting corners on features or quality. They have to give the people what they want, right? That's the name of the game. But they have a track record for churning out rides you can rely on, so we don't expect this one to be different. They'll not compromise on reliability and destroy their reputation only to make cheap cars. And to be honest, GM puts much more effort than just reliability into it. This thing is built for folks who need just the right amount of power with rock-solid reliability, versatility, and efficiency. It ain't the ride you get to flex on the internet, but let's be honest, it's easy on the eyes. Think of it as the budget-friendly alternative to those beastly, wallet-draining trucks. It's not trying to be a workhorse, but it'll hold its own for your day-to-day grind. But what is even crazier is that this thing comes with modern entertainment and all the bells and whistles you need. Well, at least the essentials. But to be honest, GM has to step up their game, especially if they want to run with the big dogs in the city. Safety? But the real question, which we'll talk about in depth, is how they'll be able to do this. Because if you think about it, that is how they will come out on top of the competition. So, how will they make it? When you look at the recent budget-friendly models that are coming out of most manufacturers, you'll notice a common trend among them. They're all about honing in on one key aspect, while skimping a bit on the rest. Now, at first glance, this might seem counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a winning strategy. Take Ford's Maverick and Toyota's Land Cruiser, for example. Both brands have adopted this approach and it's paying off big time. By prioritizing one standout feature and dialing back on the frills, they're able to maintain healthy profit margins while offering a more affordable price tag. And let's face it, at the end of the day, manufacturers are in the business of making money. They're not going to jeopardize that for anything. Now you might be wondering how they manage to trim down on features without sacrificing too much, because that might disappoint a lot of potential buyers. It's actually quite simple. They slap on a marketable gimmick and we all fall for it. For the Maverick, it's all about efficiency and reliability. For the Land Cruiser, it's that timeless retro look coupled with unbeatable off-road capability. And for this one, well, it could be a blend of efficiency, retro charm, and functional appeal. It's not bad by itself. I mean, if that is the only way that we can afford trucks, then let it be, right? But here's the kicker. We don't think they even need to resort to these gimmicks. These cars' selling point is crystal clear. Affordability reigns supreme. Yet there's one significant factor driving them all towards a similar strategy, and we're about to dive deep into that in just a moment. But before we get there, there's a crucial aspect we need to address first. Impact. In the world of trucks, Chevrolet, that's GM's very own truck brand, is gearing up for a major win thanks to Mary Barra's gutsy call. Their latest $8,000 pickup is like a breath of fresh air in Chevrolet's lineup, offering folks a pocket-friendly option that doesn't skip on power or dependability. This bold move not only shakes up the market but also solidifies Chevrolet's position as an industry trailblazer, showing that affordability and quality go hand in hand. With GM throwing its hat into the budget arena, it's time for all of the other manufacturers to take a step back and reevaluate their current offerings. Finding that sweet spot to entice budget-savvy consumers while still delivering top-notch quality is key. Mary Barra made it crystal clear. The aim is to roll out a no-nonsense, dependable truck that nails the basics without all the fancy frills. It's a bold departure from the norm of piling on endless features, a move that often pumps up the price of pickup trucks. But more than that, this is a bombshell and its potential ripple effect on the used car market. With this fresh, wallet-friendly option in the mix, folks might just lean toward a shiny new ride over a used one. This shakeup could ignite a fierce battle in the market, nudging sellers to rethink their pricing strategies and dish out juicier deals to lure in buyers. But zooming out beyond the market frenzy, Barra's call echoes a larger shift in what consumers want and how the auto industry is adapting. There's a hunger for rides that won't break the bank and simply get the job done, fueled by both wallet watching and a longing for uncomplicated rides. As the automotive realm takes the plunge into the electrifying world of electric vehicles, truck manufacturers are threading a fine line. They've got to satisfy the cravings of consumers while also embracing the whirlwind of technological progress. It's a wild ride, folks, but someone's got to steer the ship. GM's latest move not only recognizes but also embraces this emerging trend, solidifying its status. But hold your horses, because GM isn't the Lone Ranger here when it comes to adapting to the winds of change in the market. You see, other big shots in the truck game are also jumping on the bandwagon, looking for ways to keep up with the ever-shifting taste of buyers. We're talking about affordable electric and hybrid trucks hitting the scene, tweaks for better fuel economy, and tech upgrades galore, all tailored to fit different budget brackets. It's like a competition of who can woo the consumer best. Competition and challenges. It's pretty clear that GM has quite a few hurdles to clear before they can roll out their truck. This shouldn't catch anyone off guard. The top priority is sticking to that budget, and although that is hard, we've talked about strategies for pulling it off. But let's keep in mind that going the budget route often means sacrificing when it comes to quality and durability. But even if they manage to tackle these challenges head-on, GM's still got a mountain to climb. Convincing folks like us that the new truck is a smart buy, not just a cheap last-minute attempt. They've got to make us believe that taking a chance on an untested, unproven truck is a better bet than sticking with a well-established brand that's proven its worth time and again. But if GM nails it this time, we won't even be discussing any of the glitches. Our focus would be on the one thing it excels at, and that's what drives sales. This is where the market gimmick we talked about earlier comes into play a huge role. Take a look at the Maverick, for instance. When it hit the scene, everyone was buzzing about its affordability and efficiency. Nobody bothered to wait for the next iteration to fix any potential issues, despite the laundry list it had. Yet it struck a chord. Within a week, orders flooded in so fast that Ford struggled to keep pace with demand. That's the kind of buzz GM needs to generate too, even though addressing the demand-supply gap will be hard. But let's be honest, even if this truck doesn't hit it out of the park, anticipation is already sky high. All eyes are on GM's next big unveiling. And we all know the drill. The same frenzy that accompanied the Maverick launch is poised to engulf GM. The price tag will likely soar because dealerships will be scrambling once again. The Maverick saga serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of how things can go awry. So there's a little optimism in the air. If we've gleaned any lessons from history, perhaps we can avert a repeat performance, steering clear of past pitfalls. But you know who can deal with this with much better resilience? The giant manufacturer Toyota. And they are already trying to do so with their new $10,000 truck that is coming out soon. And if we're being honest, that one might even be better than the GM truck and even the Maverick. With its tremendously functional design and amazing power, it might just take over the whole market. But we've already made a video on that, so check out our channel if you want to know more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.